Let me ask you something. Have you ever noticed that some people don't hate work, they hate jobs? They can focus for hours on something they choose. They can sacrifice sleep for a personal project. They can struggle willingly for something meaningful. But the moment someone says one sentence, "Get a job," something inside them tightens. Not anger, not rebellion, a quiet resistance, almost physical. And the strange part is, they often feel guilty for it because everyone around them says the same thing. This is life. Everyone does it. Stop being lazy. Grow up. But psychology tells us something very different. Many people who do not want jobs are not avoiding responsibility. They're avoiding psychological harm. And once you understand what the human brain associates with a job, you'll realize this resistance is not weakness, it's self-protection. The problem is that society treats jobs as neutral, but the human mind never does, because psychologically, a job is not just a way to earn money. A job is a structure that decides when you wake up, where you go, how long you stay, how you speak, what you prioritize, and how much of yourself you are allowed to express. And not every nervous system is built to live inside that structure. The human brain has one core purpose: protection. It avoids pain before it seeks reward. And for many people, the brain has learned one association: job equals loss. Loss of freedom, loss of time, loss of autonomy, loss of dignity, loss of self. So the brain resists, not logically, biologically. This is why telling someone to just be disciplined almost never works, because discipline cannot override a nervous system that feels threatened. Psychology shows that human motivation depends on three deep psychological needs: autonomy, competence, belonging. Autonomy means I control my life. Competence means I am growing and my effort matters. Belonging means I am respected as a human being. Now, be honest. How many jobs protect all three? Most don't. Autonomy is replaced by control and surveillance. Competence is replaced by repetition and metrics. Belonging is replaced by hierarchy and power distance. So, motivation doesn't slowly fade. It collapses, and resistance replaces it. This resistance doesn't scream. It whispers, "I don't want this life." Let's break down the psychology of people who do not want jobs. The first psychological type is the autonomy-sensitive mind. This person does not fear effort. They fear being owned, being told when to wake up, when to eat, when to rest, when to speak, when to stop. Their time doesn't feel like money. It feels like life itself. So a job feels like renting out their existence. Even if the job is easy, the loss of control drains them. Their nervous system reacts the same way it reacts to confinement: avoidance. Not because they are irresponsible, because their brain is defending freedom. The second psychological type is the meaning-dependent mind. These people cannot work on autopilot. If a task feels empty, their energy disappears. They feel disconnected while being productive, exhausted while being busy. They ask questions others avoid. Why am I doing this? Who really does this help? Does this actually matter? And when there is no answer, their motivation doesn't weaken, it dies. Because their brain is wired for purpose, not compliance. These people are often labeled unrealistic, but what they really are incompatible with meaningless systems. The third psychological type is the burnout-conditioned mind. These people used to work hard. They were reliable. They showed up early. They stayed late. They pushed through exhaustion. until something broke. Burnout doesn't just exhaust the body, it rewires the brain. Work becomes associated with stress, anxiety, emotional numbness, and loss of self. So when the idea of another job appears, their body remembers, and it shuts down. Avoidance becomes safety. This is not laziness, it is a survival response. The fourth psychological type is the dignity protective mind. This person cannot tolerate humiliation. They hate pretending. They hate forced positivity. They hate corporate language that says nothing. They are drained by office politics, power games, and artificial hierarchy. They don't want to perform a personality just to earn a paycheck. A job feels like acting in a role they never agreed to play. So they resist, not because they dislike effort, but because they refuse disrespect. The fifth and deepest psychological type is learned helplessness. This develops after repeated disappointment. Applying again and again, trying again and again, giving effort with no return. Eventually, the brain learns one thing: trying hurts, so it stops trying. Not consciously, automatically. They don't say, "I'm afraid." They say, "I don't want to work." But underneath is grief. Grief for effort that went nowhere. Grief for energy that was wasted. Grief for hope that didn't pay off. Here is the truth society avoids. Many people who do not want jobs are protecting their identity. They are protecting their time, their creativity, their mental health, their sense of self. Because a job often demands a smaller version of who they are, and the human mind will always resist anything that threatens identity. So, what is the solution? The solution is not rejecting work entirely. The solution is alignment, psychological compatibility. Some minds need flexibility, some need autonomy, some need solitude, some need visible growth, some need meaning. This is not preference, this is wiring. The real problem is not that people don't want to work. The real problem is that work often demands self-erasure, and the human mind is not designed to survive that indefinitely. This is why so many people feel empty even while being employed. This is why so many people feel tired even while doing nothing physically demanding. This is why Sunday nights feel heavy for millions of people. It's not the work. It's the loss of ownership over life. So, if you do not want a job, pause before judging yourself. Ask a deeper question. What part of me does this system require me to suppress? Because laziness avoids effort everywhere, but psychological resistance avoids environments that slowly destroy the self. And that difference changes everything. If this video felt personal, share it, because someone out there thinks they are broken when they are actually responding perfectly to a system that does not fit their psychology.